Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the super special announcement video. The title is not clickbait whatsoever. I am donating $100,000 to Scholastic Chess Programs. I'm doing this in partnership with Chess Kid, which is the kind of child extension of chess.com. A lot of kids will learn and play on Chess Kid. It's a super safe website and an awesome learning platform, and obviously chess.com, which I've worked closely with for years. They are going to help me vet applicants and ultimately make the decisions. And in this video, I'm going to take you through everything. I'm going to take you through what the scholarship is and the article itself. There will be a link in the description and where you should apply. Then I'm going to talk about the financials and kind of why I'm doing this and tell you a bit about myself. And then at the end, I'm actually going to answer any negatives, any doubts and all that good stuff. So first things first, let's take a look at the actual scholarship. This is the Chess Kid announcement, considering I've worked with Mike Klein and the team there, Carrie and the whole squad. I will essentially be giving grants to schools between $5,000 and $5,000. That mostly will be covered in their application, like what they need, the size of the school, what their goals are, and we're looking at individual teams in certain places, really trying to stay away from, let's say, a company that manages 20 school programs, because that also is a thing, although obviously exceptions are possible. We're trying to make teams, individual locations really great. And what that means is maybe they will pay for grandmasters to Zoom the class and give some grandmaster lectures, or cover all the kids' registration costs to tournaments, or the hotel, or private, private like instruction or group classes, or anything in between. I mean, really, there's a lot of costs that are associated with, and that's all kind of listed here. I guess it's important to talk about the deadline and everything. Deadline is 2 weeks away. Schools can apply at this link below. That's a photo of me. But at this link below, you have to go through the application process. We will discuss it, and we will ultimately make the decision. It's really not super complicated. I will say that the majority of the grants are going to be going to K-8 schools. There will be some exceptions made for high school and potentially college, and I don't know, we might get even things beyond that. Now, the interesting thing that we're kind of trying to do here, not just throw money into the wind and just say, oh, we donated $100,000. We're going to have quarterly videos with the programs to ensure that that they actually have used the money, put the money to good use. And obviously, the more thorough the application, the more thorough the communication with the program. Like, we're actually trying to make sure these funds are not embezzled somewhere, and that kids actually have a good way of using them, and everything is used legitimately and transparently. Also, kids will be receiving Chess Kid and chess.com memberships. Now, let's go back to full screen for a second. That's basically the extent of the announcement. Let's talk, number one, about the $100,000. Why? So, all of this chess boom for all the chess creators, many of you have probably seen like the Twitch leak. If not, go look that up. You'll see how many, you'll see how all of your favorite chess creators make over the last 2 years. It's been incredible to us. It's been incredible to a lot of online content creators, but specifically to chess, I've always been a big believer in reinvesting. So first of all, I enjoy giving money to initiatives that I think are worthwhile, and chess is 100% that. Number two, I don't really understand, like, I don't have the crazy relationship with money. And what I mean by that is I do my job every single day. I have my revenue streams, but I'm not crazy exuberant. I mean, I give money exorbitant. I don't know the word. I give money to my family when they need it. I'll help them. I'll fly them first class if we ever go on a family trip, but I'll buy them a car if they need it. The same goes for Lucy. I really don't spend a whole lot of money on myself. And I think that this is a really nice, way to give back. $100,000 is a pretty substantial chunk of the money earned over the chess boom, but you know what I mean? I'd rather put it into that. I have my investments, but I think this is a really good opportunity for a lot of kids. And before I was doing this online content stuff, I was a chess teacher. So I've worked in some of the poorest schools, and I've worked in some of the wealthiest schools. And New York City is a crazy chess ecosystem. I mean, you could write an entire show about the gossip, drama, and craziness of teaching chess to some of the wealthiest private school families of New York City. Really, I mean, honestly, Netflix, you should pick that up. So I've seen it all. And chess, which I said in my article, is really the great equalizer. You can come from nothing or you can come from everything, and you sit down at that chessboard, and those 64 squares, they humble everybody. all the same. And kids can learn so many lessons from chess. It is unbelievable. I actually personally think it should be mandatory curriculum in schools for like 10 weeks. I know Success Academy does that in New York City. You learn so much. You can learn how to lose. You can learn how to win correctly. You can learn the value of work ethic. You can even learn how to handwrite better. Even the little things, writing your moves. Kids will get better handwriting and ultimately get a cleaner kind of hand, paper connection and everything. There's so many little things that kids can pick up from the game of chess. It is truly unbelievable. One of my favorites of classrooms was the strongest kid in the class teaching the weakest kid in the class, like something like that. The mentee-mentor relationship that you can build in a classroom. So I think it's really important. And I think investing in an early age is amazing. And we will make, obviously, some investments into high school and everything like that. Because those kids, for many high schoolers that are using chess as an escape from the struggles of day-to-day life, to really put their best effort into that, which then they can leverage into applying to a college for something and making it part of their personal statement. Obviously, we want that as well. Just I think that K8 is really that is where the richest kind of the richest takeaways can happen for kids in the world of chess. And that's that's basically it. I think $100,000 is a nice number. I think $5,000 to $15,000, which is what we're trying to promise all these programs, is a really healthy number for even the smallest programs, and the largest ones will obviously feel the effect as well. And like I said, I don't have a crazy attachment issue with money. I always joke that I don't like to pay New York City taxes. When you live in New York City, you pay about 50% at the end of the day with federal, state, and city. And I pay my taxes, but I don't know what they go for. I don't know what they go to. I mean, I just know that every year I'm losing almost half of what I make, right? And so that's rough. But when you know what it's going to, and you know what your investment can do years down the line, it's a special feeling. Now let's talk about negatives. I actually have a little handwritten list that I'm looking at over here. Negatives. Okay, number one, why K8? I'm a 11th grader. Why not me? For reasons that I just said. I feel like the biggest impact really happens at a young age. And if you learn chess young, you can really become a champion. If you learn chess old, like in high school, college, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, that's absolutely fine as well. But what I'm saying is if we're trying to make a really strong investment into creating who knows who is out there with the family living below the poverty line, somewhere in the, no disrespect to the Midwestern United States, but I was just going to throw out a region. So let's say Midwestern United States. Somewhere in the flyover state, there's a kid whose family can barely get by. But they go to school every day, and chess is the thing that's there for them. And this grant, maybe to that program of like 15 kids, will raise a champion. It's one of these things. So I've always I spent 90% of my time working with K8. That's why I made the decision to be K8. But if you're not in the K8, please do apply. And if your application makes sense and you seem responsible and you know what you're doing, yeah, I mean, there's a chance that you get a grant as well. Now, a major complaint that we get is, you don't know what you're giving your money to, they're just going to steal your money. Like, I've already seen comments on the chess.com article because all these conspiracy theorists are out there that people are going to embezzle the money. Like I said, the application will already prove some degree of transparency, the communication with the head of the program, or hopefully multiple heads of the program, so it's not just one individual, the quarterly updates. And yeah, I mean, the truth is we might lose some of this cash. I really hope not, but it is a reality that we have to work with, and well, those people will get blacklisted and there will be some degree of consequence. Now, another thing that people say is like, why publish this? Just do it. Oh, you just want attention. You just want... There's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be people who hear something cool like this, but they already don't like me, or they already don't like chess.com or ChessKid or whatever. So they're going to say, oh, they're just doing this for PR. That's idiotic. I'm just going to tell you straight up to your face. If that is, well, not to your face, as opposed to this. If that's your mentality, I mean, that's fine. You're allowed to have that opinion. We're allowed to have opinions, even if yours are absurd. Why am I doing this? Why am I publishing it? First of all, it's a dope initiative. And number one, good PR is better than bad PR. So good, like anytime you go on Twitter, there's a report of, something with COVID, something with politics, somewhere a plane crashed. I saw this recently somewhere in the Tatar region in Russia. There was a plane crash. Like, there's always bad news because they know that's what's going to get you to click. It's always some horrible thing that's going to get you to click on it, right? And this is at least something good. Why can't we just be happy for a second? Like, this is just good. And the second reason behind that is hopefully some of my other big chess streamer colleagues who have earned a substantial amount over the 2 years. Maybe they do charitable investments. They just keep them quiet. No, get some hype going. Get thousands, tens of thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people hyped. Let's do it. Why not? Invest locally where you live or where your parents live or where you grew up playing chess. But you got to reinvest in your roots. So that's really the whole thing in about 10 minutes. I tried to tackle the money thing. I try to tell you guys about the fact that between YouTube, Twitch, courses, and various sponsorships, we've all earned more than enough. Maybe some of your favorite creators have different spending habits than myself, but I know that when I have idle money sitting in the bank account, I want to invest it into crypto, stocks, art, other things, venture capital, but I still have stuff left over, and this is what I want to reinvest in my roots. I'm a strong believer in that, in chess and in education and in charity, and I tip 18 to 20% anywhere I go. I'm always trying to find a way. Whenever I work with a creator and they ask for like an hourly rate of 50, I'll say, okay, I'll give you 75. It's one of these things. I don't have a crazy relationship with money. I want to take care of my loved ones, myself, and my family, and I want to invest in things that I find important. So on that note, hopefully some good vibes. Go click the link in the description. Send it to someone who runs a chess program or is part of a chess program. And let's do this thing. I appreciate you all very much. Thanks for clicking on this video. Thanks for your continued support. And now you know that anytime you buy a course, you watch without ad block, you subscribe on Twitch, or you, what did I miss? I probably missed something in there, whatever. But whatever way that you support me, I'm going to reinvest in this sport. This is just the first thing I'm doing. I have bigger plans. So for now, peace out. Get out of here.